beautiful Saturday morning in Hillsboro, Oregon. Thank you so much for joining me. This is 1132 Kathryn Street in Hillsboro. Let's go check it out. Right now, I think this is one of the best priced single-story homes in the area. It's in a really nice neighborhood too, a lot of mid-century homes and a little later mid-century. So this one was built in 1976. So what we're ended up getting is they still had formal dining rooms and living rooms. So even though it's only just over 1,600 square feet, a lot of the spaces are gonna actually feel a little bit larger compared to a modern 1,600 square foot home. So what we're in right now, here's the living room over here. And I mean, this is probably 18 feet easily by 18 feet. So really good size. I love having these windows here. So with these being framed out, you are able to put in very easily like a sliding door or French doors to be able to add additional access to the backyard. I know kind of the hot trend is doing like those accordion doors to open. I think this house would be a really good candidate for that. With the kitchen, I mean, as you can see, this house has been relatively recently remodeled. I would say the quality of the remodel is probably mid-level. We still got some Formica countertops, but they did do really nice cabinets, nice butcher block on the island. They did also actually spend a reasonable amount of money on getting some stainless steel appliances, and obviously with the house being vacant, those will be here for you when you purchase. So let's head this way. We'll get to the garage before we go out, but let's head down the hall and you'll be able to see with a little bit of work, this house would really be able to be opened up nicely. So this wall right here goes through to the living room, and this should have like 8 feet that you'd be able to open up if you wanted to have a more open floor plan from this formal dining room space into the living room. I also think this would make a really good candidate for an office if you wanted that. But the home does have 4 bedrooms already. So we'll step into the first one here. I mean, this is probably what, 10 feet by probably 16 feet. So even though it's only 1,600 square feet for the house, each of the bedrooms are actually pretty good size. This bedroom here, this is probably the smallest of all the bedrooms. This is kind of 10 by 10. Plenty for most kids. I say it's just a little small for maybe a high schooler. This one here is gonna be the primary bedroom. So, and for 1976, having the walk-in closet, which is here, is actually pretty rare. So if you wanted to make this a little smaller, get more bedroom space, you could, but I think leaving it as it is a really good idea as well for resale. In here on the bathroom, a stall shower, your toilet, and a single vanity. So in here, I'll show you, they have updated a lot of the windows to double pane and vinyl frames, which are gonna be really energy efficient compared to the aluminum frames that they originally would put in the house. And we can see there's a couple windows they still haven't updated yet, and a reasonable sized spare bathroom in the hallway. And so the house does have 2 full baths. So it's got the primary and then the one you just saw in the hallway. I don't know, I'm starting to get the Chip and Joanna thing here of like, I would tear this out because this does create a bottleneck, but none of this right here should be load bearing. So really, I think this house could really be opened up, and if somebody wanted to invest in it over time, I think you certainly could be able to get your money back, even if you did a lot of landscaping in the backyard, upgraded some of the windows. And before we go out, I'll show you that window. So in the living room, we've got this big one. It should still be a standard size, so that's gonna help, but you're probably looking at around $1,500 to be able to upgrade that to a double pane vinyl. And it certainly is gonna help with the home's efficiency and make this living room a lot warmer when you have a fire going in the winter and Christmas time. So let's head out to the backyard. And this is really one of the best selling features of homes built, like pre-1990, is they had this nice large, 0.17 to quarter acre lots. And this is something we just don't get in new construction. It's nice to have quartz counters, but if you're asking me, I'd rather have a nice large yard. This yard here, and really they have space for RV parking if somebody wanted to do that. It's also a corner lot, so you have access from 2 different sides of the street. So I mean, this yard, I'll just give you an idea of size. I mean, it's pretty good size. This is what I call a 1 pool, 1 trampoline, plus being able to entertain and have fun outdoors still. So it's a really good lot size. I think it's probably gonna be the feature that sells the home. And then over here, we ran kind of into a bottleneck, but one thing I never quite understand is this fence right here. In our area, that fence can be pushed all the way to the front of the home. So if you wanted to add probably another 40 feet to your backyard and enclosed parking space, you totally could. They did update the air conditioner, a lot of the systems here. So I mean, really, crow likes my video. So a lot of the stuff has been updated, but I think really there's just 2 big windows that haven't been updated. But other than that, I mean, it's not too bad of a home. And the outside we do have, it's called LPV siding. So you'll see some nightmares of that online. However, really, if you keep it painted, it does tend to hold up pretty well. It's just when people start to neglect it, then it starts to dry rot and create problems. So it wouldn't be something, this siding looks really good. It wouldn't really be a hang up of where I would say that's gonna be a huge expense coming up very soon. So let's go back inside. All right, let's head out front and open these. We'll actually just go out through here. That's quiet. I thought that was gonna wreck our video. That's pretty good. Good to know when it comes to garage sizes is if you're looking at a home that's built pre, let's say 1987, this space is gonna be large like this. So if you're buying new construction, this space is probably only gonna be about this big, and that adds or takes away a lot of storage space in the garage, and it's just that extra 1.5 foot you need to actually be able to park in your garage. So homes built in this era, much easier to actually park 2 vehicles in and even have a workbench, something like that. So you can see we're on the corner lot here, and then they already had added a cover for, you know, boat parking or trailer parking. So, I mean, really, your car's gonna stay nice and clean during the winter time. You're gonna be able to keep it inside. I think it's a really good space. I'm guessing the people before this house was listed have probably lived here for quite a while. I see some stuff that was built over time, probably 15 or 20 years ago, like adding these carports and so on. So I think the house probably had a previous owner that really cared for it and took good, kept it in pretty good condition. So, especially with this siding holding up for, I mean, we're almost at 50 years. We're getting close. So, thank you so much for joining me on the tour. I appreciate you guys, and thanks for watching.